But OG are a very different opponent, and Krizen's a very different leader than what they've gone up against in the past. Rigon, though, has looked incredible in the clutch in the last couple of days. Certainly some of the moments of the event that he's managed to conjure up. But Fiku, on pistol rounds, and actually as a whole, has been unbelievable. And he'll kick off this series once again. Unfortunately, he'll get swung on by Rigon, and it's a lovely second from Rigon as well. Modo will go down. Buzz on the rotation, does get one more. And that's short control back in OG's favour very quickly. And Rigon is only 5 HP from those kills coming in earlier on. JDC has tucked himself in toward Goose in this 3v2.
Yeah, Rigon's going the entire way around, by the way, so JDC and Citizen have to stay alive for as long as possible. JDC wants to be proactive, swinging off the flash, not going to work out for him, and they're going to chase Citizen down, and oh, Mikey, he's got the read, he's got the inkling that Rigon could be towards short here. All about the timing, there's no kit, Rigon needs this headshot, it's not coming through in time, and OG, they string that unlikely retake together. I feel like Kristen's actually one of the players we've seen using that new box routinely, like round in and round out. He's really good at using that position to his advantage, timing his peaks on short really well as well, just being a menace. Either way, we didn't see this much from OG at all yesterday against Virtus.pro, getting aggressive in tunnels on the CT side, and as early as the first gun round, they've already set themselves up here. Mikey in the corner will get bested by Rigon, and Kristen is low, so he's going to have to head for the kills.
Nade is pretty solid. Rigon and Tabson both down to 47 off the back of it, but Krisen on 10 HP, deciding to try and go for something when he's low and already in that position, and it won't work. So some damage has been done. Tabson actually is alone out mid here. Buzz should see that and does. And now he needs to turn his attention to the B side. Oh, if he manages to get one and stay alive, I would say the round is still on. But Rigon has been looking particularly clean on Dust 2 and individually in general in the last couple of days.
He's having a great tournament for Big at the moment, who haven't actually dropped a map so far in their run into this quarterfinal. I will say, though, I do really like the approach from OG in that round, just trying to disrupt Big as early as the first gun round and give them something to think about going into the rest of the half. You know, maybe force them to use a little bit more utility to clear out tunnels and force them to take a little bit more time to set themselves up in the mid-round. Yeah, and it feels like the bad games that he has is just predicated off of him not being too familiar with the system and still trying to get comfortable with his team, right? On a map that they probably haven't been able to practice too much. We did see him struggle heavily on this map yesterday, particularly on the CT side, so let's see if he can remedy that performance. Does Rigon go searching? A flash through the door is going to completely blind Mikey up. Rigon collects that kill. Man, he's just so good as an entry fragger. So successful with these opening kills is Rigon. You combine that with Crimbo, the closer, and you've got a beautiful little combination there between Rigon and Crimbo on Big.
I guess almost a win condition for Big in big games, and of course on LAN in future, that Rigon performs well. It can elevate their level, because he's been struggling a little bit, of course, in the bigger events lately, but now he's looking a lot better. Just double entry toward B. Straight off the bat, when we call his name, he delivers.
Oh man, he just loves it. This is where he thrives, on the front lines, getting to do the dirty work. Great first bullet accuracy from him as well. Triple kill found. Eventually goes down, but he's done his job. It's going to be another savior for OG, so Big able to level the scoreline up early on here. Yeah, we're wondering what sort of temperament we're going to get out of Big coming into the series, because like I said earlier, they haven't actually dropped a map yet in this online portion of the competition, and this is ultimately a qualifier for the LAN event, right? That's going to be happening in a couple days from now. And Big, I mean, they're playing against the team who got a very late invite as a replacement team for unpaid. Surely they couldn't have gotten a better matchup coming into the game to actually qualify for the LAN itself, right? On paper, Trav, I mean, this surely is Big locked in for the LAN. I mean, come on. Oh, look at Rigon. He's feeling himself, man. He is feeling himself, and why wouldn't he be?
Face me is what
he's saying. Look at me, Ricky. I mean, Buzz.
Rigon will go for more towards long. That nade will humble him slightly, but then he got pistols really in the way, as obviously the M4 is in play. And you know what? He jiggles a little bit too much this time. That is Rigon out of the round. And that could be an AK recovered by Fiku. The Molotov will be thrown by Crimbo. Oh, Fiku was so close to betting a pressive E on that, but now Crimbo will herd that gun away from collection.
Oh man, this could get scary very quickly. There's two M4s here in and amongst the three players. Mikey has the Desert Eagle as well. Kristen's on an aggressive angle. That'll cost him his life. Mikey steps out. It's now all on Moto out in the open. Citizen's AWP won't find the trade. Moto with the wonderful double is the difference maker.
Otto, 6-1 starts, usually known for his AWP prowess, but with that M4, that is a round-changing moment for him, and you know what? He's going to finish it off with a quad as well. It feels like OG are prepared in all these sort of eventualities to have their individuals go above and beyond and change the outcomes of early game, break economies, win unlikely rounds, and it's really big for them because they let a big run away with it. I feel like on team side, it can be very hard to recover that CT money.
Actually move their pieces as well over towards the, say, bomb sites. They're actually really well set up to deal with what's coming their way. Big haven't been pressuring anywhere on the map, so OG, they kind of just gamble with this rotate, and now they're quite prepared to deal with what's coming their way.
30 seconds. They are going to commit to short in the end. Good flash, though. Molo doesn't even take one shot off the back of that one. He's going to try and reface that angle, but he's just not pinned. He's not had any vision at any point, really, in this round. He gets one, actually, which is not bad, considering he's blind for nearly all of that play. But I'm afraid one is not enough on this occasion. Bomb will go down. Rotation is close for Buzz. Fiku's actually got a lot of progress up long already here. There's the information. He's done a lot of damage to those two players. And they're in a really awkward position right now. Stacked behind the site boxes. Not really got a good crossfire. Just stuck right now. That would give Buzz an opportunity. Rigon's caught in the open. And Rigon probably shouldn't have got that kill. But he hits an absolutely critical headshot. And now Fiku is out of ammo on the A1S. Still can't complete the kill on Rigon. You will get it eventually, and actually there is a little bit of time left here. One USP headshot could do it! Oh, Crimbo just gets it sorted, and actually, I don't know how big hold on to that site. Late-ish. Later. Longer take. There's only one person here in Fiku once again. He's in pit, but the flash is going to be super good. He's going to need to get one and try and stay alive to set up Modo, perhaps. Now he's been spotted out, and this is so awkward for him. He's burning, has to move forward. Modo is here to help now. He's pushed a lot further forward. There's plenty of utility support still in play. It's actually such a weird fight for Fiku, but he gets his one, but not two.
Yeah, I mean, he actually just kind of frustrates Big for such a long period of time there, and eventually they will root him out of position. But it's, look at the time left on the clock here, and there's a man advantage for OG as well. They've got full short control, so they've got at least... Oh, the bomb... Okay, the bomb's being carried up here by Tabson. Never mind, I'm cooked either way. Let's see if Big are cooked here in the round as well. 15 seconds left for this one, for them to try and get onto the bomb site, find these kills, and plant the bomb. Probably not going to happen. OG just standing tall on the defense right now, and I think they've done enough, Trav. There's no way back in here for the T side, surely, right, Crimbo? Is he going to get the plant in time? CS2 knows he has to cover his teammates, and he will.
And guess what? Chris's rotating in, and all he has is a 5-7, but it could still be enough. It's a lovely tap on Crimbo, but it's a 5-7 versus an AWP at long range. He's trying his best to force a shot out of Searson, and finally goes for the wide swing, but you just can't put Searson off. Complete poker face from him, but
Are
yeah.
we sure he's not finished?
But I can assure you, winning a round like that, first 2 kills of the game for him. Nice shot, Modo. Wow. That's why you want like a calm head in those sort of situations, in that sort of tough situation, especially when there's a jump shot coming in, right? It could just cancel the plant and maybe end the round. There's a fast B play coming in here, and actually losing that opening kill to Modo wasn't looking like too much of a problem, but he's found another one before that bomb gets planted. But surely this is not going to be... Oh, hang on. Prison, they're running downstairs from top mid. Surely he doesn't stay alive. He doesn't. It's a 3v2.
Oh, I had to post up on the angle there. He was never going to be able to jump back across. He was already lucky enough that he had survived that initial onslaught. Either way, OG with the force buy here, desperately trying to keep the pressure up on Big. They've got a man advantage here in the retake. 2 players coming through the tunnels. And Crimbo and Rigon looking to combine here. The opener and the closer. In the closing stages, Modo, how in God's name has he gotten all these kills with the scout? That is ridiculous out of him. He hits that first shot on taps and gets another nice headshot later on. It's a quad kill out of the Romanian sniper. Not with his beloved AWP either. Great impact coming through from the scout. And now Big have to show up with the force buy of their own.
Modo just keeps hitting shots.
13 and 3.
OG refused to let Big get this lead, or any lead. It's of significance. You remember what you were going to say before I spoke about Searson?
Yeah, and it's a bit of a lengthy point, so I probably need you just keep it off for one more moment. Yeah, Buzz is going to have a job to do on the speed bomb side. Rigon just continues to get the job done with these entry kills. Buzz is good for 1, but that just means it's an even numbers game for the retake. AK recovered. OG have another challenge on their hands here.
Yeah, and retaking with an AWP, man. They got the kit on Pika. They've got lots of util. That could be the main thing. Okay, they've got lots of util, and they've got tunnels control. Tunnels control is a necessity when you're retaking an even man situation on B. But they might just choose to go aggressive, and Searson, not even with the AWP, with the rifle, will get a lovely kill on Piku. There's Mikey peeking, but then Rigon takes no prisoners and just rushes out of the B doors to catch the window flanker. That is another important round. And you can see Tabson knows the imperativeness of that.
I feel like this is something that that Virtus.pro weren't able to do yesterday against OG, and that's just trade the rounds, trade these really closely contested rounds. I feel like OG, this is where they did their best work, was when they had Virtus.pro's backs against the wall. They'd be able to win that round to really pile the pressure on VP, but Big have been able to stand tall to the task in those sorts of rounds, so OG aren't going to have that luxury. Oh, absolutely. What a result that would be for them going into the RMR as well. Certainly would elevate their confidence to the next level. Now, Searson doesn't... Oh, okay. He's just taken a tag from the scout. It's another force buy from OG. Again, they've decided to roll the dice. We saw them persist with the force buys yesterday against Virtus.pro until they were finally able to break VP. Will Big suffer the same fate here? OG looking to make moves in the middle of the round as they aggressive catwalk into short.
Noise being made actually around this short position. Fiku's still here, but yeah, even though he was ready for it, knew it was coming, he couldn't stop it. Prison had rotated all the way around to help toward mid and try and pinch, but not possible for him. And now Big have space to work their way up toward the A site and get the bomb planted, all with safety. I think OG with this reforce back into the round with the Deagle scout, and even with Mikey having a Deagle and no armor, actually, I think probably try and save with this 3. Maybe Mikey could look for something because he's barely got anything to save. It's just a question whether Chrism can get out now because he's still in CT trying to pick up that M4 and leave. But even though he takes Tabson, I think Rigon will not want to let him escape.
Well, if not Rigon then Crimbo. They've certainly got Chrism locked in here.
Yeah, it's over.
I reckon he's going to die to the bomb explosion, if nothing else, right? And there we go. Rigon will force the frag. Modo at least able to get the trade. My god, this guy just can't miss with the scout. Honestly, this is actually just getting a little bit ridiculous now. Modo, maybe you should just keep the scouts every single round at this point.
There's that.
I mean, it's been
click. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, it's been a pretty closely contested half so far throughout these two teams. So if Big can make it 8-4 going into the second half, they'll feel like they've actually gotten a pretty good edge. And Chrism, he catches a glimpse of the player dropping down, can't do anything about it. It's going to be Mikey who draws first blood. JDC activates at the perfect moment coming through tunnels. They'll know Modo's here as well, surely. That name couldn't have come from nowhere, fellas. Oh, okay, well, at least they're able to trade him out before he inflicts too much damage.
Yeah, it was awkward for a moment. Modo can't provide any more heroics, I'm afraid. But it's Fiku 1v3 with only a FAMAS, and Rigon has been spotted in this half for Big. Lots and lots of entries from him. Great crosshair placement on nearly all of them, and first half under their belt. OG won't be too beside themselves with 4 on CT. You know, it's not amazing, but it's something to work with.
Well, look at this. Talk about turning up the dial coming into the second half. Looked like they were going to try and force their way straight into that B bomb site, and as soon as they get sent packing, they're just going to try and pivot in a different direction with the same numbers, just charging around the map as a deadfall right now. Searson's going to hear all of these footsteps in the rotations. Doesn't look like he's relaying a huge amount of info. Either way, look at the minimap right now. We have got a huge brawl breaking out in middle between these two teams, and OG actually going to bypass the CTs and make their way onto the same bomb site.
Oh, Mikey kind of needed that one. The damage is really significant, though. Like you said, Fiku's going to get the bomb planted. They're already going to make their way up short while one player is occupied with the plant. Modo does really well. He gets 2, and that will force Fiku forward to try and aim duel Crimbo, and it took a while, but he gets it done. And Rigon is stuck on long in the 1 versus 2. How many clutches have we seen from Rigon in this position in the last 2 days? He said 1 with a Deagle and 1 with an AK. 1v3 and 1v4, but not on a pistol when you're 1 bullet from death, I'm afraid. And OG will stay in touch.
It's exactly what they needed coming into the second half as well.
I wanted to mention it. OG have only 5 rounds on the board, and Modo is 20-5.
Oh my goodness, I didn't even catch that. He is just farming Big right now.
Maybe good. Oh, it's only damage, I'm afraid. Modo will add another one to the tally. Toward Tabson. And let's just keep an eye on that number, because that one's going up exponentially right now. Mikey will deal Crimbo. Nice trade from Rigon in that position, but now it's only Rigon left again. Another situation for him like this. One more kill would be nice. Scout picked up. Smoke. What is that? What have I just witnessed?
He actually jumped up there. Yeah, in the middle of the smoke and hits the no-scope. Is this real life?
That's one of those kill feeds that you'll look at and say, okay, that's what? A jumping no-scope through a smoke?
Yeah.
But he was blind. That's only the last thing you could really add to that, no?
And maybe a wallbang as well.
True, a wallbang maybe. So you can afford the AWP and a bit of spare utility and some spare cash in the bank. Works out really well for him. Still gets a couple of kills. He's up to 23 now. Keep counting, everyone. Searson, blind toward long. Hits a lovely shot and a bit of collateral damage on Buzz as well with the nades coming in.
Exactly what Big needed. He had to kickstart this all-important gun round. What is the response going to be from OG? They love to just play a numbers-based game on their T side. Very happy to group up as a unit, and that's exactly what they're going to do here. All 4 players make their way through mid doors. They're not giving any info away just yet. Probably looking for contact before they actually start to get the ball rolling, and that's exactly what they find. Great work from Motto, but he does then extend into CS and scope, and he comes off second best.
Now he's on site. They're making their way toward long. Christen's picked up that AWP. How can they bait out Searson, though? On the back of the site, they're going to have to flash and swing, and that flash is not good enough, I'm afraid. It sets up Christen to get into pit, use the edge of it and hold the line, but he tries a wallbang, and that gives Searson the opportunity to swing for another. It's a quad kill for Searson, and Mikey will say, nope, you're not getting your ace this time. Before that round, Searson was 8-8, and Rigon, even though Big were in the lead 8-7, was the only player positive for his team.
Yeah, that's peculiar.
Not the case
I mean,
now,
I guess
but
the numbers that matter the most are the ones at the top of the screen, and that's what Big are going to be focused on.
Indeed.
If OG lose this round, Trav, then the pressure ramps up so quickly for them here on the map. Buzz is going to be ahead of the utility, but JDC still has his wits about him. Great opening kill coming through from the anchor. Okay, well, how do OG actually get into a bomb site from here is the ultimate question. Mikey has been tasked with trying to control middle, and he will catch Tabson phasing through the smoke. That makes the life of Rigon and JDC so much more difficult on this B bomb site right now. Crimbo has pushed through long. Rigon, though, he's found 3 kills, and I think the timing's just slightly amiss there for OG, because they're not pushing through tunnels as Mikey is pressuring up ramp, and maybe that's the little bit of inexperience with the team just coming through there, because I think Mikey could have done so much more work from middle after he kills Tabson in CT. They have to win this gun round, though. No two ways about it. There's going to be a bit of a change of pace here from OG, a more default-esque approach. The first time we're seeing them with a bit of a default setup at the start of the round. Tabson has work to do towards long. He's able to get that opening frag. Smoke comes through. That's going to block Christen off, and Searson's gotten in on the act as well. Oh, OG, it's falling apart, Trav.
Out mid, forced to make a move in this 2 versus 5 just to look for 1 kill back. It just gives you not much hope at all, I'm afraid, and they're going to break that smoke open, catch Buzz on the cross, and poor old Modo is having an absolutely wonderful performance.
1v9?
Maybe. There is his 25th, but he needs another 4.
I mean, he was always going to struggle to keep up with the pace that he was displaying on the CT side, because obviously CT side AWPing and sniping is a lot easier to find impact than it is on the T side. So it made sense that he would kind of drop off a little bit. He's really needed his teammates to elevate their game. Rigon's going to find good timing. Motto narrowly misses out on that shot, and that is now Big really tearing ahead here as they win that gun round. Is that 12 for them now, Trav? Or was that 11?
And it's working out really well for them. And Fiku has not had his lights-out performance on this map like we saw against VP yesterday. He had VP in his back pocket yesterday, and right now he's got a hole in his pocket.
Yeah, exactly. Fiku's been pocketed here by Big, evidently. Oh, man, it's life comes at you fast, Trav.
It does, especially in Counter-Strike.
Yeah, indeed. OG have to win 5 in a row from here to force it into overtime, and it's a broken bye for them here in the 20th as well. Tabson going to come across Mikey in middle, and Mikey bests him once again. Okay,
finally we've got an entry for OG. Ready JDC is going to come looking toward the outside of B doors, maybe push a little bit deeper as well. And when Citizen is still set up on short, Incendiary to spare. Takes such a long time to land though, of course, and we know how terrible the Incendiaries are. That's why Citizen perhaps goes looking for another kill before he thinks it already threw elbow and up onto the site. But he gets destroyed this time. Rigon, can he do it again from this portion of the map? Another quick tap, down to 10 HP though. Bomb plant will be stopped, because they're worried about him pushing further forward. Buzz will get the kill, but look at the damage being done right now. JDC will finally be stopped on that headshot angle. There we go. And it's Crimbo. Do they expect him so close yet again? Now they've figured it out. 3 angles to find. He knows where all these 3 players are, but they're all going to swing at once. No chance for Crimbo. And that's a good round for Mikey and OG. But it also comes with the fact that they weren't even meant to be here. And they're just playing with complete freedom and thinking, guys, whatever happens, happens. If we qualify, absolutely bloody incredible. If we don't, then you know what? We've shown a great face. Oh,
okay, Modo's done. He's done it again. He's done it again. Modo's done it again. It turned into a British football chance. Either way, JDC with that second off has work to do. Crimbo's found a double through the smoke. I don't think you could see either of them. Don't know if there's a need to clear it out. JDC, he's really struggled on the map so far. They needed him to come good with the kill there. Bomb's been dropped in towards just outside CC side of middle. 2 versus 2 for OG to recover, but their kingpin of Modo is alive.
Crazy round. 2v2 with... that was completed in about 30 seconds. So fast. But this is a weird one now. Didn't see many rounds of Dust 2 like this, where the bomb is the priority in mid. Dropped in that position. I think Crimbo may have cleared out that smoke, as you mentioned, and Tabson with the picked up was found Modo.
This is so smart.
It's now all down to Mikey, and look at what Crimbo's doing. Playing around it. I don't think Mikey's going to have any idea. He's actually managed to collect it. He's collected the bomb. Hang on. Wow. I don't know how he's managed to fade away into the abyss, pick that up, and get away. Big are going to realise that in a split second, and now they will. Tabson's going to go hunting. Mikey has slipped the gap, and he might just decide to drop down. That is a wild decision. Hopefully trying to catch Tabson on a timing. I understand what he wants to do. He wants to make it a 1 versus 1. Bit of goofy movement, but he does get the bomb down and has a chance now.
How does Tabson go about this? I was going to say, does he wait for Crimbo to combine for the retake, or does he just do it on his own? And evidently, the proof is in the pudding. Tabson eats up Mikey, and that will result in Big winning this first map, 13-9, Trav. They are 1 map away from sealing themselves a spot.
Yeah, Big have looked good on this map. Also, they have been exposed on this map, especially by Passion UA. I think it was a 13-3 loss to them in that RMR, if I'm not mistaken. But
Passion UA are the best team in the world on Anubis, though, Trav.
yes, sir. Buzz, will he be the best player in the world on Anubis? He won't, obviously, but I jest, because he's got 2 kills on the pistol already, and Kristen is waiting for his counterpart's rotation. He deals with Tabson comfortably, and Crimbo is mollied off toward heaven. That extra molly is going to give so much time, but JDC is here really quickly. Modo's missed the timing on his retreat. Oh, it's very awkward now. Suddenly this could turn around. Mikey has to help, and he will. Oh, that was scary for a second. Crimbo now 1 versus 3. Bumble now finally be committed to. Low HP on Krisen. No reason for him to swing too fast too soon. He's just trying to bait it out, realizing if he's still there. And he's done exactly that. It's now very difficult for Crimbo to make his way back in. There is that first kill, but he's got 2 bullets in the clip. Needs a fresh reload. And he'll get it in. But Modo and Mikey are playing off of each other's contact right now. 1 pillar, and in the end, they'll both double swing it together. And Mikey hits a nice shot. It's just pretty much RNG there for Citizen. Whenever I see a kill like that, I just want to say shut up, because it's like... I want to say shut up to the I want to say shut up to the video game, you know, for being being ridiculous.
Having none of it, fam.
Having none of it.
Brilliant flash.
Was nice trades into all day main, and obviously you're spot on. Big are going for that sort of plan where it's not a full investment in the second round, and it's not a full investment in the third round either. They're just playing a half buy that's winnable, but sets them up for round 4, sorry.
I don't think it's winnable anymore, unfortunately, now that they've lost 2 players and they don't have any control on this A-bomb site. Not going to be able to do anything about OG shifting the bomb into the site, so maybe a world in which they carry the head armor and Kevlar over, look for some X kills, try and trap OG in the bomb site. I will say, OG have come into the second map with an element of ferocity behind them, just in terms of how fast they're playing, how quickly they're forcing these early gunfights as well. It's not like they're in a shell right now, just slowly feeling out these rounds. They're running at big.
Prepared perhaps to be flashed in here. Crimbo has got it drawn. There's Tabson. Only one of them's on the side of the map right now. Searson. Oh, that flash doesn't work out. It's Krizen's flash that absolutely destroys Big. Wow, he's been setting up his team brilliantly toward that side of the map early game here.
Yeah, we're going to have to see some sort of adjustment from Big in towards A main, because this is like 3 or 4 rounds in a row now where they've looked to try and contest, control there, and they just get completely dominated. Perfect flashbang. Neither of them playing anti-flash as far as I could tell, which is a little bit questionable. And then even further than that, once Rigon goes down, I think CS2 just has to accept the fate that they've lost control and pull his knife out, try and jump back to safety. And again, when he steps out, he steps super wide and completely exposes himself to both of the players. Crimbo will find a double, but these are just consolation kills to try and carry the guns over. As OG have slowed down the pace a little bit coming into this following gun round. And they're also going to explore the opposite side of the map, venture in towards B here. And look at how the conditioning has affected Big. They've leaned an extra player in towards that A bomb site because of how much they've struggled on that side of the map. Searson spots the shadow, connects on the shot up close and personal. He's not going to be able to fall back, and Fiku takes his head off, but that's okay because JDC keeps control here. It's only Mikey left remaining, and Big on course to get their first round.
Nice shot from Mikey, but the bomb has to be recovered, and Tabson's rotating in. Tap on the bomb, going for a peek. Mikey gets one more kill, I'd be surprised. And he does not. Tabson, important frag.
Needs to be more where that came from, though, for Big here. Can't afford for that to just be a one round in isolation. Oh my goodness, and it looks like they want to try and force the fight here onto OG. JDC dropped off the bridge, and himself and Crimbo will find some early opening kills, and that's going to give them a safe passage of exit to get out of these forward positions as well. So OG, they're just going to be shell-shocked off the back of that early wave of aggression. Prison, yeah, okay. I was going to say, probably still a rounds if you played here, mate. Wouldn't take my hand off of the mouse and keyboard just yet.
You've got to scratch, you've got to rich it. Wait.
You've got to have discipline to let it go.
Way around. Wait, sorry. When you've got to
I love itching
itch,
my
you have
scratches.
to scratch it. There we go.
Yeah, got there eventually.
The itchy and scratchy show.
Those 2 cats?
That's the TV show from The Simpsons.
Oh, right. There we go. That's the one.
Yeah.
There's a cat involved there somewhere, I'm pretty sure. Either way. OG, despite the fact that they're down by a man right now, I've actually got a pretty good position in the round. They're not expecting Crimbo to be behind the bomb site, though, and he hears the footsteps from Krizen rampaging forward. Modo just creeping his way forward, trying to catch Crimbo off guard here, and he misses that quick snapshot with the AWP. So Crimbo rains death and devastation in on OG. Sure, if he could get a kill on the opposite side of the map, but probably only has one objective here, and that's to carry the AK over. So now Big have got the ball rolling.
One of the things that I love to see from him is that sort of change up in his positioning and how and when he chooses to take those duels. Modo was kind of forced into a scenario where he had to go for a quick scope. Couldn't run, get caught. Couldn't scope in, get caught. And Fiku will go down after time. This one did hit the shot with the AWP, by the way. It was only a tag, sadly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he had to finish it off with the USP. That is the reason that... But goes down. Oh, look at this. I have no idea this is coming. What did I say about aggression on CT side Anubis? I love it. Modo's done well to hit the trade, actually, on Crimbo, but Big, they've got their 2 for 2 very early on and got Searson set up very deep. Obviously, OG aren't to know there's no one on site, though. They just know that the 2 players are taking the duels in mid, and that's it. So they're going to be having to clear it out properly, and finally they will get it down. But the bomb is the last player in, and Rigon is already here. Does he try and peek on a timing? Spam the smoke, perhaps? Could do something a little bit cheeky, maybe considering that, but no. He'll stay silent, and then the smoke fades. Fiku very aware of the timing of that smoke fading as well. That's good awareness from him, and he deals with JDC's rotation through CT as well. Very nicely done from Fiku. That is a Fiku we've seen against VP in the last couple of days. We're a little bit of a swing round here for Big, because they've got no money left, only a little bit of extra on Tabson, and OG have got a bank on, I guess you could say, 2.5 players, but money wouldn't be necessarily that easy for them either if they lost this round.
Yeah, they'll still have a count or 2 of round loss bonus behind them, so probably a little bit better than Big, but it is one of those swing rounds where whoever loses this for the most part would be reset, and OG really looking to try and turn up the pace here, making their way through middle. Kristen even takes some damage to the molly there to afford him that forward position. Rigon and Searson have both been corralled into A main. They're trying to figure out who's going to cover where, and Crimbo's able to get a frag as well. I don't think that they're aware that Rigon's also here, but still good usage from OG will net them full side control and a frag through the smoke as well to get an even numbers game. No. Prison.
Oh, Modo, though. Rifler or AWP, he's been very sharp today. And that's great to see. It's now Searson with a kit and a flash. And an M4 to try and win a 1v2. But Modo and Fiku, they are playing quite far back here. It's Searson having this defuse kit. Of course, he's not to know this, but he could just hold the defuse, and it could be a little bit problematic. Now, Fiku realizes that he's on the site. He hears the footsteps, but Searson's not even going to try it. He was looking for the AWP, see if it's available somewhere, but I'm not sure there's anything he really wants to pick up. He's giving it a look, but another good round from Modo, this time with the AK. We'll get OG in touch.
They've changed up their look a couple times here, but still finding a lot of success. And again, it's another change up.
Yeah, I was a bit concerned that OG might come into this map and course a little bit after their heroics in this tournament, but they've looked incredibly solid. Now Tabson and Crimbo having to play off of each other, and Tabson, the captain, almost gets another. Crimbo eventually gets that instant trade. 2 for Tabson, 2 for Crimbo. Arguably the 2 most important players on the team will team up to basically win big their 4th.
Crimbo is 14-6 right now. He's having a whale of a time of it here on Anubis. Motto left in a 1 versus 3. He's able to smoke off Temple, but oh man, Rigon's just going to go straight through the smoke. Smoke's no walls, brother. As Rigon gives him that rude awakening. Kill comes through. That's a 4th on the board. That's what we were mentioning was the bare minimum objective here for Big on their defensive half. But 7-5, still very doable as well.
I know Big are trailing in this map, but something that I've just, thought of that I think is a really good factor. Sure, they've recovered it on LAN, of course. They didn't do that badly at ASL Challenger Atlanta, but not coming away with the trophy there would have been a big upset for them. Alistair put in a bit of a generational performance in that grand final to get FlyQuest the trophy. So they're going to want to get a trophy under their belt this year.
What I will say is, yes, Big have historically struggled in online matches, but I feel like when the stakes are super high, they do still elevate to another level, even if it is online. So,
yes.
Maybe in a CCT tournament or something, they could struggle and they could lose to teams you just never expect them to. But when it's a qualifier for a LAN in Berlin, I think it's a different box of frogs, Travis, as we do see Crimbo towards mid, continues to take names, and he takes heads in the process as well.
Buzz actually does well there to pick that on a tight angle rather than a wide angle, because I think he figured out that Crimbo was holding a specific line. Searson, that's a lovely flick. Pinned into the corner, somehow getting another. And Big are actually going to get 5 out of this half. We questioned whether a 9-3 was possible, and I was a bit worried about that. But 7-5 could be the answer. Could being the strong word, though. Mikey's still alive here. He's taken Searson out. ADC playing a bit of a jiggle angle right now, not taking the duel straight up, knowing that Tabson isn't close to play off of his contact yet. They are close now. They might choose a 3-2-1 on this one. Mikey's going to have to try and clear it out. There's a jump spot. That'll be heard by both these 2 big players. Mikey just trying to isolate a 1 versus 1, but the way Big are set up, it's going to be so hard to get past. Bomb will be picked up, but there's JDC, there's the headshot, and that is 5 confirmed. But yeah, naysayers will say about Big, well, they've beaten an Aurora who look like they're on the verge of implosion every single round, BESTIA, which is their first international online event, and OG, who are a late replacement. So, people will say, oh, it's not really that impressive, but I think just the level and the eye test does show up pretty well. And already in the pistol, we've got an instant trade thanks to Tabson, and bomb site control, and the plant.
Prison just gets completely run over there by Tabson. My God, what a frag coming through there from the German captain. And it means OG are going to be forced into a retake situation. They are without a kit and they're without utility. 3 players looking to retake through A main. Mikey's going to have to wait for his teammates to actually get a move on to create the space for him to get in on the act as well. But unfortunately, he can't make good of his position. Numbers remain even now as OG actually do get on the bomb site. But as I said, that lack of a kit's going to make it very difficult for them. Searson peeks out, realizes nobody's actually sticking to the fuse just yet. Motto's going to tap it again to try and force these T players out into the open. There's still no defuse being stuck here. Someone's going to have to get on it, and it's already too far gone, Trav.
Motto connects with 3 in the end, picking up the Glock. I think it's relatively smart, but look at that. They found the kit on the ground, but they found it too late.
Some rain has come in. They've still got the hard tires on Trav. They're slipping and sliding, and it's starting to get pretty scary. Yeah, I can do an F1 reference as well.
Yeah, there you go. Pearson looking for some ecos. That's just like overtaking a back marker.
The safety car.
You can't overtake the safety car. You get a penalty for that.
Oh, okay. Bad boy. Not allowed to do that.
Yeah, but if you overtake a back marker...
Williams. Do Williams still suck, Trav?
Williams are all right now. They're okay. I like Albon. I like Colapinto. I don't know why we're talking about this, but it's an eco round or a save round, so I guess we can dive into random subjects. That's the last 2 kills here. Take Mikey, looking for Modo as well. Doesn't get it, but Modo might not be long for this world. They know where he is. Got him pinned in. Won't die to the bomb. Too far away, but Rigon is chasing him down. There's a flash in here for JDC. 1 bullet is required, and there it is.
Man.
Nothing to say for OG. Sure, they're buying next round anyway, but they would have loved that extra bit of money. Okay, that's annoying for Buzz. I don't think he necessarily was planning to block that smoke, but the fact it hits him actually gives a little bit of intel as a player here. But the boost, they weren't aware of that, and it works really well for Chris, and he gets his one, a really important one as well. Only his 3rd kill of the game, but
look at the minimap,
found Mikey at the same time, and the bomb is, under lock and key, but for how much longer? It's a 3 versus 3. And Big are pinning Fiku in the corner right now. Going to try and take the duel. There's Tabson removing him. And Buzz and Modo, obviously on that rotation. It's going to be awkward for them even now.
Well, they've got the bomb. They've got the bomb in their favor right now. Modo has to drop off the bridge to try and help Buzz out. Or does Buzz even need assistance is the question. Bomb still hasn't even been recovered. JDC is going to be flanking bridge, though. He's going to catch Modo out in the open. And they know exactly where Buzz is. Do we just see JDC drop off the bridge in combination with Tabson? How on earth does Buzz try and isolate these fights? He's going to go back in towards E-Box here. Tabson is low on the opposite side. He wants to force this fight, but he comes off second best.
How has Tabson hit that headshot?
Must-win gun round. No 2 ways about it. They've lost 7 rounds in a row up until this point. And if 1 more gets added to that tally, then I'm pretty much happy to write OG off at that point. So, see if they can make it work.
Sadly so. Little right-click jump flash for Crimbo, looking to entry once again, looking for kill number 22. He's got a spray transfer here yesterday to open up the site, but it's only 1 this time. Prison gets an important trade in his favor in the end, but Big have full control of mid, and obviously that gives you the opportunity to split either side.
Yeah, I feel like Big have actually just been calling a fantastic T side on this so far. It's so difficult for OG to actually even not only get any information, but even have any reads on what's coming their way. There's constantly some sort of a proactivity, some sort of an extra layer in the round here, and it's Tabson this time. He's all the way on the front lines, and thankfully Fiku will trade. That is a monumental trade coming through from him. Modo in position to shut down Rigon as well. So things are going pretty well here for OG, as they do get another round on the board and stop Big in their tracks.
And we're 3 alive as well. That is something to work with now for OG. On the tougher side, sure. Does that creep into the mental? You've got 1 more buy here. I would say if you get your loss bonus, you probably have another. Just Searson will be on something like a Mac 10 or a Tech 9. But I wonder if it's going to creep into their minds now.
Look at this. He's just charging forward with York right now. Himself and Modo are going to come across each other, and Modo will come out on top of that gunfight. It's a really big kill being found from him. Searson was hoping to post up on the angle and see if he could find somebody napping on that B bomb site, and Big are still going to try and persist with B right now. Oh, no. Oh, that smoke almost entirely gets cleared up, but there's a tiny gap that Rigon can actually remain in position. Doesn't get spotted by Mikey. The molly's going to force Modo open, but he's able to get a kill as he's forced out of position, and he continues to frag.
This is the Modo from Dust 2 returning. He's 14 and 8 now. Lovely triple, and Crimbo is caught in E-box. Maybe spots a slight shadow that he wants to try and exploit.
Yeah, Crimbo eventually going to venture back in towards this B bomb site here, but nothing being given away by OG. Molly actually going to be able to get Buzz out of position, but he smartly just backtracks and uses that pillar as further cover. You've got Fiku there, they've got Modo on the angle. This is impossible for Crimbo. Searson's watching, just hoping that Crimbo's going to head for the hills and save the AWP. I think that's the best option available to him right now.
Oh.
Imagine he hits the collateral there, down to 1 versus 1, and you know what? Crimbo feels himself. He gives that an attempt. It doesn't work out for him. And Motto's still here, still over towards B with his AWP. This is his home.
Still standing very far forward as well. He got caught against the pistols, but now he notices the gun round coming and he wants to continue fighting on the front foot. Fiku's found Crimbo as well. This is falling apart for Big on the T side. Not what I expected at all. Maybe those feelings of getting close to qualification truly are creeping in right now. JDC has managed to get one back on Fiku, but OG are well set up with a man advantage.
Yeah, they are. They are indeed. At least JDC is able to get a frag back and some space being afforded to this T side in middle. Habson and Searson combine arm in arm, edging their way forward. They just got to try and avoid the Motto AWP at all costs right now because he is just proving to be an immovable object. As Buzz and Crizzen are trying to take control of A main, JDC spots out one, and his teammates are going to be pushing through now through cameras. OG are still fully focused on A main, and that's going to allow for Searson to activate JDC's one his gun fight out as well. 5v3 turned 2v3.
Look how far Searson is forward. Motto's not going to expect that in a month for Sundays. Mikey, 1v3, and he'll be wondering how on earth this has just happened. Just what I was saying, Big were looking a little bit circumspect, a little bit hesitant. OG were getting on the front foot, taking opening fights, getting those kills through successfully. Samson providing a little bit of a fake. That drop utility maybe could have been heard by the plat player. It's a silent sound cue, but occasionally can be heard if you're that close. Risen now, though. He's the main man. He's going to help Buzz in this position, and it's absolutely perfect. Crisen's been so slow individually in this half and in this entire map, but he's got 3 here. He gets his tally up to 9, and that is an impact round we want to see. OG back even again. Yeah, and Big have exactly the same purchase pretty much in the following round to try and get this back to overtime. Are OG going to pull one out of the fire again in this qualifier to take us through to a decider? Wouldn't that be something? Motto's found Crimbo. We've got Rigon now down to 4 HP. They're trying to play aggressive. He's next to the smoke. Should go down. Does. And Motto finds one more again. Motto's been unbelievable. Hang on. More damage being done. Sure, they're very low now. Tabson 24, Searson 40. And that should be that. OG, I don't know how we've got here. They felt like they've been nowhere in this map. Big, we're in full control of it on the favoured side. And OG should be taking this 13-11 to send us through to a decider.
Well, I did pose the question whether or not Big might start to fumble as they approach the finish line and get within rounds of qualifying for the LAN event on their home soil, and they've dropped the ball emphatically. They were up 10-8. They only win one more round from that point, while OG come back to win the map.
A poor end, I should say, to Anubis. So can it be a good start? See, pistol underway. Tabson's got a molly. That's the only bit of utility they have left.
Yeah, they suffered their first loss on a map in the tournament here. Can they bounce back from it? And they have got a good opening kill here on the A bomb site, not slowing things down at all coming into Ancient. They'll find the plant and have some decent post-plant positions to work with. Look at Searson. He's got all the way through Temple. They've got control of Donuts as well. This is what you want. You want 2 decent post-plant positions to work with. You could never just fight from the bomb site itself. And, well, kills will come through here. Man advantage for OG. They don't have a kitchen in this retake either, so time is of the essence. Rigon swings out wide. Mikey's taking his head off. It's only Searson left remaining. That 10-second defuse now being stuck. Searson has actually gotten that player off the defuse, but there's more than enough time. Crizzen gets the kill, and OG will open up first.
Yeah. That was awkward for Searson. If he connects with that first headshot immediately, then Crizzen might be under a bit more pressure, but catches the 1 pixel. Make it count as a headshot. And now the buyer's underway for Big. OG, of course, will have that MP9 on Crizzen. The run boost to get them on toward that shelf area. Doesn't be as successful as they would have wanted, so they're going to take the long route with Mikey. That Molotov maybe forces him away from that idea anyway, and JDC will find the kill. This is very awkward in mid. It's back and forth. Crizzen actually is the only one to get a couple of kills for OG with that MP9. The AKs run riot in that position, and it's 2 from Rigon again, and off the back of that, it's straight back to A.
Yeah, Big immediately realizing where the opportunity presents itself here on the map is they do just shift into the, say, bomb site. Fiku also rotated quite early, and he finds a great kill there. He hasn't died yet on the map until eventually he comes in a contest there with Searson, leaving Crizzen in 1 versus 2. Captain's already found 2 frags in the round, and JDC is low, so this one is doable. They've got money in the bank, so it makes sense to just kind of roll the dice and see if he can make some sort of magic happen.
Might as well give it a go. At least try and make them die, if possible. That would be impactful long term. And that's his goal, obviously with no kit. So just going to look for a peek at the end, trying to lure them back into it. If he had a... We picked up a kit now. He's picked up a kit.
Oh,
he's close.
It's done.
He got it. Oh my god, Prison! How have you just pulled that off?
Yeah, there was clearly some communication there, and the plan all along for Crizzen was to commit to that little ninja defuse right at the end of the round. And that could be a huge blow dealt to Big, because that was always supposed to be their round after the arm wrestle they won in middle, and the good read they had on A, the 2 versus 1 in the post plant. That was supposed to be Big getting on the board, but they don't realize that point. They've lost the first player here in the round as well. If OG can win consecutive rounds here and string a 4th together, then Big get reset, and the pressure ramps up so quickly at that point.
It's those sort of rounds for OG as well that Big will just have, like, how much mental anguish have they been put through in the last, like, half a map and the beginning of this one. That is just the perfect start to their gun rounds that should have been in their favor, that is not in their favor. What are they thinking right now? Mikey's going to entry JDC straight up. Doesn't know that Tapson's so close. He's trying to go aggressive, but the flash is so good. Those counter flashes so helpful. Prison goes charging in, and that's a little bit dangerous. They've still got a 3 versus 2, and the bomb's not yet down.
The problem is, Searson's not really able to help Crimbo out much right now, and that smoke towards Long's going to start to fade. So even if Crimbo can find the bomb plant, how does he get off the site after that? 15 seconds left now, time ticking away. This is really awkward for Big. And once that plant comes through, Crimbo's going to have to commit to it. That's probably going to be the moment OG look to pounce. And here we go. They do indeed get the ball rolling. Crimbo at least able to activate the C4, but he goes down straight afterwards. That leaves it on Searson out in the open right now. AK in his hands, and he just gets wide swung by 2. That's 4-0 for OG.
Elation in a good while. They were loving life early on in the series. Now they are doing the exact opposite. They need a big round for one of their individuals.
Yeah, exactly. Someone has to just take this map by the scruff of the neck. So
far, OG looking pretty solid. They've got lots of utility in this round as well. Awkward ding, but a recovery shot from Crizzen. Lots of damage, but without even seeing a soul. Only traces. Now, Crizzen on this off angle. That flash is not perfect. Doesn't blind him up, and Crizzen's doubled down. Could be more. Thankfully, Searson clears it. But again, an advantage for OG. There's Fiki on the immediate reface from that position. Even though there's a little bit more damage when he's full blind up against Rigon there. But now Meldo will get in on the action. He'll find Rigon. And it's just Crimbo in a clutch. Crimbo is so often the man that can be the clutch player for Big. But there are 3 players ready and waiting with the bomb way out of his possession. That's 5.
When they really do take full advantage of this opportunity, you know, they get the upset wins, they get themselves in a position to actually qualify for the LAN, and then they seize that opportunity as well. They really do justify their place in the competition and that run as well. I mean, Virtus.pro were the highest rated team coming into this event, Trav.
Wow.
And OG have beaten them twice, and Crizzen is just going to continue to try and keep the pressure up on his opponents. Good read, though. Very good read coming through from Big here.
Also a good read from Modo. He's here in time. Jump over the corner. Have they spotted Modo on that angle? Not entirely sure. It'll be a left-right click flash. It actually will blind up Modo slightly. He wants to push forward because he's got Buzz in support now. And Modo just playing so confident, so assertive. Gets his one, but it could have been more. But guess who's on the scene? Mikey's here as well, alongside Buzz. But now Big should realize that. Citizens looking to duel it anyway. 2 players on the right. And as you say, maybe that is the reason it's now the Crimbo big flank. And it's not even a big flank anymore. It's still Donut. Maybe think he wasn't expecting it, but he does a lot of damage. Now it's all down to Buzz. The health advantage is huge. But Crimbo, he can pull these ones off.
Yeah, time's somewhat on his side. He has a little bit of time to let this one just sit and fester. And he's hoping the longer he takes, the more Buzz is starting to get worried that Crimbo might have gone around and headed in towards the A bomb site. And now he will double back and look for this duel with Buzz, who's still peering in towards middle. Good angle being taken here by Buzz, because essentially he can cover the entrance from Donut from the A bomb site and through from middle. Really picked up his game ever since Anubis, and well, Modo's had some massively impactful rounds as well. If not now for Big, then when? That's the big question. It's going to be JDC who tries to force the fight in mid, but he comes off second best, and Tapson's gone down as well. Oh, the wheels are completely falling off for Big.
OG. Oh, how has Rigon got that one? Buzz now is obviously in a bit of an awkward position in mid, wary of that angle, but thankfully reacts to it. And Rigon's ridiculous kill when it looked like it was impossible shouldn't change the round now. Fiku and Krisen still playing on the front foot, still playing together, but it's a great angle from Crimbo, and it deals with Fiku. Krisen now a lot of pressure, but he's healthy. Picks up the fresh AK, but Crimbo domes him. Maybe a little bit much there from Krisen once that fight was so drawn out to peek it as dry as he did. But he's still really low, Crimbo, 11 HP. Might have to be Searson creeping through Red Room now to get some positional control.
Yeah, but Motto seems to have read into it at the perfect moments as well. And I think Crimbo's just going to be waiting here for Searson to get in on the action to give him time here with this flank. But Motto's going to spot the shadow out, gives him a huge advantage there. Makes for a very easy and free frag. Crimbo now in another clutch situation, but with only 11 health and 2 opponents to try and get past. And Buzz is just going to be able to step out here and finish off the job. Crimbo was gambling that there wasn't anybody on the B bomb sites itself, but unfortunately that's not the right read. 9-0. 9-0. I've just blinked and we've got to the scoreline.
Absolute cinema for OG, but right now, it's a horror movie for Big. At the right time of year, but not at the right time on the server.
They can't quite believe it, Trav. They cannot quite believe it. OG are 3 rounds away from being a replacement team with a last-minute invite to come into the competition, having to play up against incredibly tough opponents. They beat VP twice to earn the state with Big. They've had to do it on hard mode, and they're now on the brink.
And even if they come last in the LAN finals, they're guaranteed 50 grand. Incredible. From looking like they weren't even going to play at the event. But here we go. Something for Big. Searson stepped up. He's found 2 on the entry. Krisen, amazing wallbang on Searson. He's found Tabson as well. Everything is coming up OG right now. JDC stuck in the smoke toward Cave. And it's Crimbo in a clutch. This time, bomb down for once. But Krisen and Mikey both full health. Both with defuse kits. And Krisen... those wallbangs are miraculous. Can they get one more miraculous kill? Mikey's got himself on that flank. Crimbo's now revealed his position. He's got incendiary, but now he's 19 HP. That's not spreading to Mikey. It does at the very last second. Now Krisen's going to choose to tap it, but he hits the shot. Time is going to be so close, but not this time. Oh my word, Krisen once again does nearly everything but Big get off the board finally. Yeah. Great call on the damage done by Crimbo. It was just enough. It had to be him, and it was him. Just. It always tends to be. Or Big. Crimbo getting them out of a hole. But there's Mikey against JDC again. JDC usually so proficient on Ancient. He's had a bit of a mare in this one, and it's in the whole series, to be fair. Map 2 was all right, but they're trying to trade an MP9. They can't do that either. Buzz gets 2. Crimbo low. Thankfully, Rigon's coming late through Donut to get that extra kill. Root smoke available for CT to block off those rotators. So bomb can go down again, but it's again a tough situation.
Well, they have to make it work. They have to find a way to win this round between Crimbo and Rigon. Krisen, Modo, and Fiku looking to put what could be the final nail in the coffin here in Big's aspirations of qualifying for that LAN event and take the spot for their own. Rigon plays smoke fade. Shot missed there by the AWPer. Rigon can't get a sidearm out in time. Crimbo with yet another clutch attempt, but he's barely got any health to work with, and they'll know exactly where he is as well. There's a smoke to be dropped on the bomb, and Crimbo's been chipped down even further. Krisen will finish off the job, and OGG go up 11-1.
Pistol underway. OG taking it calm, composed, careful, walking out mid with a bit of util.
This is where Big have to just bunker down, not get overwhelmed by what's required of them to try and fight back into this game. Just take it one step at a time, one round at a time. And that first step that's required is a pistol round win. And they're already down by a man. OG sprawling all over that A bomb site. There's a couple players here in Temple for the CT side. They're going to have to say their prayers. It's now only JDC left, and he will find that first frag. Once looks to try and force the fight with the bomb planter, he will get him off the plant, and he's going to land a beautiful tap onto Modo as well. JDC locks us down into a 1v1. He's got Fiku locked in as well. Just has to connect on a single shot if it would be the headshot. Oh my god, JDC's had his bell rung, and Fiku, is he going to look to try and get on a dodge? Not even necessary. The drive-by finds the frag, and they're on map and series points, and Modo's off once again.
Modo's jumping up and down.
And once it has been tested here by OG, well, Big have just floundered. Do OG finishes off in style? Looks like it.
Buster's holding W. Searson can't deliver a single kill. Look how aggressive OG have been. It's basically an overall picture of their entire game on Ancient. They've been on the front foot the entire time. They've given Big no time to breathe. And from being a last-minute invite, OG are going to Berlin to play in the Thunderpick World Championship main event.